Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the 1957 short story, The Fly, by George Langelaan, Langelaan. It's set in France. He is somebody who was a British person who was born in France, and he wrote a lot of things that were set in France. This short story is where the two movies that came from, the 50s movie and then the remake of it by David Cronenberg in the 80s that are based off of this short story. So I'm going to be giving you my review of this short story. It's the final short story in this collection of Promethean Horrors, Great Tales of Mad Science that we've been looking at that combine science, mad scientists with horror genre. So I've been doing, and this is the final story. It's about 40 pages in it. I read it yesterday on a Saturday in two 30-minute bouts because I wasn't able to secure an entire hour's worth of time, but I was able to secure 2 half hours, and I wanted to knock it out in a day. So I did so, enjoyed it, thought it was a lot of fun. I'm giving this probably like an 8 minus, like a 7.8 or 7.7 or 7.9 that I'm rounding up to an 8 proper. It definitely kept my attention the entire time. I enjoyed it. It'll take about an hour for you to knock it out. Now, unfortunately, since it was so recently published in the copyright era, it's not for free online. So I won't be able to link you to a free copy of this, unlike most of the other short stories in this collection. So instead, I'll link you to this collection only, which is where you'll have to be able to buy it in print and read it like I do. Unlike having the two options, like some of the previous stories in this collection that we've been doing a deep dive for you folks. So anyway, so again, I keep my reviews spoiler free, so I won't be doing a whole bunch of deep dive into what's happening in the story, but it's 40 pages long. And to give you the basic sort of premise as to what's happening, our point of view character is a person who runs a factory with some steam and electrical running appliances as a part of the machinery in France, and then he gets a call from his sister-in-law at about 2:30 in the morning one night, and she confesses that she's killed her brother in the factory plant that he owns, and underneath the steel hammer, and to call the police and then come on over and collect herself and the police and the body and so forth and do an investigation. So he calls the police, heads over to try to find out what happened and so forth, and it confirms that in fact his brother has been killed, what the facts of the case are and so forth, and that sets out an investigation then, if you will, as to what's happening, which will have a little bit of so it's a little bit of a murder mystery, right? Although you know who the person is who killed him, she confessed, right? So it'll also introduce the police officers. There are also major secondary characters in this, as well as the wife and our main character's sister-in-law, the son of his nephew, and so forth. So there's a lot of characters that are involved with this story, and then you'll try to find out what the actual pieces of this are, and find out what the truth of the matter actually is as to what's been happening. So there you are. That's the Fly, and my quick review thereof, because again, I can't do a deep dive. So I've taken you about 5 or 6 pages into a 40-page short story, which you can knock out pretty quickly if you have this collection in about an hour. So it's pretty fun, and I definitely enjoyed it. I'm giving it an 8 minus. So anyway, as a reminder, we'll be doing a deep dive into this collection that was by the same publisher as the previous collection, Evil Roots, that had a botanical and horror combination, like evil plants and man-eating trees and that sort of a thing. So I've been knocked out another collection by this because I wanted to do it. And there we are. We finished the collection. It's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. The name of this channel is The Worst Thing About New Books, which is a quote by Jacques Joubert, a French philosopher, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. So one like this that's decades and decades old is definitely sort of in the queue. So what did you think about this? Did you also think it was about a 7? An 8 minus, like a 7.7 or 7.8 rounded up to an 8, or higher or lower? What did you think about it? Let's talk about your comments or spoilers or the ending or so forth. I'd be happy to talk with you further about in the comments below, whatever your thoughts are. And take is, if you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and in investing it and in watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.